Hello everyone, Guillaume's here, and today I'm gonna create an AI subscription tier list because there are a lot of AI inference providers around. Every day there are new models, new plans, and it's really hard to actually stay on page with all those changes. So, as I'm working for Manifest, which is an open source LLM API gateway, and that supports a lot of AI providers and AI models. I had to test a lot of them in order to add them because I'm a maintainer, so I had to create new features, merge pull requests. So I had to go through the painful test of a lot of subscription plans, and today we're gonna create this brand new and unique tier list of AI subscription providers. So as you can see on the screen, there are like a couple of dozen of subscription providers on Manifest, like Anthropic, OpenAI, but also like Chinese providers like ByteDance. You have Minimax, you have ZAI, Moonshot AI. You have the new Xiaomi provider with a MIMO plan. So let's get through it now. Let me show you first Manifest homepage. So yeah, you can plug any subscription to any agent. So, for example, if you want to work with your ChatGPT subscription in Cloud Code, you can do that. So let's go back with the tier list. First of all is Anthropic subscription. So that's quite a major one to start with. Why? Because they are like officially supported subscription. Basically, all the Chinese providers, for example, and they are like unofficial subscriptions that you can plug in your agents. Have you heard about the Cloud Code subscription in OpenClaw? And have you heard that Anthropic just blocked the usage of Cloud Code subscription in OpenClaw? Well, in Manifest, you can use your Cloud Code subscription, but it's not a fully hacky way. So basically, it's gonna be built as extra usage currently, but it can change a lot. So currently, it behaves quite a lot like than basic API usage, which is not very amazing, I would say. They also sent an email recently explaining they're gonna change how the Cloud Agents SDK are working, but here it's a bit different. And we are following and monitoring the situation in order to add an officially supported Anthropic subscription as soon as it's available in Manifest. So, for all those reasons, I'm gonna put the Anthropic subscription in D. Yes, because that's not very useful right now. So the next one is ByteDance. It's called BytePlus, and they have their own model, which is Model Arc, and they have the Model Arc coding plan. But with Manifest, you can use it in any API or agent, and it's a pretty good subscription. So let's say they are pushing a lot their subscription right now, so I'm not sure they're making a lot of profits on it right now because they want to win the battle. It's like a bit like Chinese models against American models. They propose so their own model, but also open source models like GLM models, DeepSeek models, Kimi, and even GPT or SS model. So it's a pretty good subscription to have access to a bunch of Chinese open source model. It's pretty cheap. I mean, you have several plans, and I will put it in A because that's one of the current subscription where you can get the most out of your money. But it's up to you if you want your data to transit through Chinese providers. But yeah, if you want to use as much inference as possible in your agents right now, so BytePlus subscription is a very good option. So next on the list, you might not know this logo yet. It's Common Code. So basically, it's a company in the US that raised some money recently and that are creating a coding agent. So similar to like Cloud Code, Codex, Factory with Droids, and so on. But their differentiation is that the agent learns your taste, so your coding taste, and it's enriched like that, and so it always code like you. That's what they promise, and they propose an inference subscription. What I found interesting with their subscription is that it starts from $1 a month, and then you have one at $20 a month, then maybe like 50, as I remember, and so on. And you have access to a lot of different models. So you have access to Anthropic models. So you have some cloud models there. Just be careful because it can burn quite fast your rate limits, because as you know, the subscription model has rate limits. And you have also Gemini models, open source models like Kimi, GLM, Minimax, DeepSeek, and even others. So it's a really complete subscription where you have like not open source like closed models like Anthropic and Gemini, but also open source models. And when I tested this subscription, even for $1, I had free access to Qwen 3.7 model for free. So of course it's gonna be rate limited. So you have like hours usage, and maybe like you cannot put too much request in a row. But it was very, very cool actually to be able to use it for free for $1 subscription. So I think, to be honest, I'm not sure about the weight limits as they're not a native AI inference provider. I think their limit is below like official AI providers. But I would put it still in A as well. And maybe I'm gonna change later the order, so stay until the end of this video if you want to know the final tier list. Next one is GitHub Copilot. Okay, hear me out. Copilot have changed their pricing recently, and it's a complete mess. So they priced it per request, now it's per token. Then you have multiplier for each model. So it's, for me, it's a mess to understand this. But you have decent models, so Anthropic, Claude, GPT, which is really nice, Gemini, Grok. So each plan has some credits, and then it's built token based, I think, right now. But as I said, it changes. So I'm gonna put here in C or D. I'm kind of hesitating right now. Let's put in C because they have GPT models. They are the first one on the list, but maybe I'm gonna downgrade it to D later. Let's see. Next is Gemini. So Gemini is a Google models, and it's pretty good because they have a huge context window with up to 1 million token. And Gemini models are really good. Here we are mostly talking about a large language model, but they are really good also at multimodal capabilities. So with videos and images, which we don't fully support yet in Manifest. For now, we're a bit focused on text, but maybe it's gonna come later. So Gemini, put it in B. Next one on the list is Cairo. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's coding agent created by Amazon. So it's pretty good. It has a lot of models. So you have cloud models, DeepSeek models, Minimax models, GLM, Qwen, so a bunch of open source. And they have an auto models, and maybe that can route models to the route request, to the best models, a bit like we have right now in Manifest with the complexity routing. So it looks very interesting, and maybe if you have an AWS company account, you might be able to use it. You can also use AWS Bedrock API key, but it's not a subscription. So it looks very interesting, but I'm not. I would put it in B, yeah, with Gemini. So next one is Minimax. Minimax is very interesting because that's one of the most used on Manifest. So let me see. If you go to the Manifest website, I think there is the top used models, but it might not be available right now. So basically, Minimax is most used AI provider on Manifest, and I think it's mm, actually not sure if it's the most used provider, but their Minimax M3 is one of the most used model in Manifest, and it's really good for agentic workflows and like OpenClaw and Hermes agents, which are quite easily used on Manifest. And I think you get a lot of tokens for your subscription. So I'm gonna put Minimax in A or S. I'm a bit hesitating. I will put for now A. Let's see if we have some in S tier. The next one is Moonshot AI. So Moonshot is has a subscription that is called Kimi Coding Plan. By the way, the Minimax subscription is also Minimax Coding Plan. So they have all the Kimi models, and they just released a new one that is Kimi dot 2.7, sorry. And it's like almost state of the art for agentic workflows and code. And so, to be honest, it's one of the best model right now on the market, but it changes a lot. And this is why it's cool to be able to switch between them anytime remotely in your agents. So I will put here because it's really good. Now, one I use a lot is OpenAI ChatGPT Codex subscription. So basically, if you have a ChatGPT subscription, that can be the $20 subscription. That can be the is there a $100 subscription? I think it's only for Cloud Code, but they have a $200 subscription as well. And I have that one because I'm coding a lot with Codex and other tools. And to be honest, the GPT 5.5 model is like frontier models. So it's really good, and the rate limits are really high. You can use a lot your subscription into your agents in Manifest. And I'm powering one of my application with my ChatGPT subscription. And to be honest, I never run out of rate limits. The thing you need to know with this subscription is that you have this 5 hours window usage limits, and then you have weekly usage limits similar than Cloud Code. So you can maximize this usage over 5 hours and then use other models and then use it again. And they have a different usage for their models that are powered by Cerebras with fast inference. I think it's Codex Spark, and it's Codex Spark 3 that is available in Manifest, where you can use it for one of your agents, and it's completely different usage from your normal usage. So you can accumulate another subscription with fast inference. So to me, it's a game changer. I will put it in S for now. Hopefully, they won't downgrade the rate limits too fast, because for sure they're gonna slowly downgrade the total usage as Anthropic is doing for cloud, because they can't serve the models to all of the users if the growth is too fast. So Next one is Alibaba coding plan. So actually, it's a Qwen coding plan, and it's really good. To be honest, I'm just gonna put it in A because you have a lot of usage of Qwen models that are really good for agentic workflows. But I think you don't have other models than Qwen. So should I put it in B? No, because I've put Minimax and Moonshot here. All right. Next one is the Grok subscription. So this one isn't really official. It's part of the Grok build plan. And you have access to Grok 3 and Grok build models, which are coding model just for the Grok build coding tool, which is a new coding agency product. And I've tested slightly those models in my agents. It's not really good, to be honest, right now. They just both cursor, so I'm expecting them to upgrade their models and subscription in the coming days, but for today, I'm just putting it in C. All right, two left. So it's Xiaomi Mimo and ZAI. So that's kind of difficult because Mimo 2.5 is a really good model, and yeah, it's a really good model. But I think it's a bit less good than Minimax and Kimi. So probably I'm gonna put it in B, but hesitating to put it in A. If you want to power your agentic workflows and have a lot of tokens, it's a great alternative. The last one is ZAI, and ZAI is gonna be in A, just like other Chinese Minimax and Moonshot AI, because it's just very good. Yeah, it's very good. Okay, let's put it in A as well. I was just reviewing the overall matrix because that's the last one. Yeah, no, it looks good to me. It looks good to me. Maybe Command Code doesn't have enough tokens in their subscription, so but as they have a free model, I'm gonna keep them. So it's pretty good actually. I won't change anything for this. So if you want to access all this subscription in one interface and plug any of your agent, just check out manifest.build. It's an open source developer tool, and you can route any requests to any model. So check this out. And let me know in the comments of this video if you would change, because I couldn't test it deeply all of them. So I had to test a few requests for some of them. So let me know if I'm wrong on some points. Cheers.